want to talk a little bit more about skill. I thought of an example that might help conceptualize what it is I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about getting lost during wilderness exploration. In the game that I run, I play the wilderness very much at ground level. So I am painting the scene of the scenery as the party is moving through. Dealing with getting lost isn't something that usually simply comes down to a role of hey, are you getting lost? It's usually some kind of cross reference of can they follow the sun or do they know where the sun is or some way of seeing their general positioning, what the scenery is telling them or not telling them. Where are they? What are the particular circumstances of where they are? All these sorts of factors come together. Now, at the end of that, I might roll a get lost die, but I might not. I might look at what the characters are telling me they're doing, and that might tell me everything I need to know. They may turn aside because they mistakenly think that one small stream is the body of water, the river that they were supposed to follow, and therefore they're going to go off on their own. I don't need to have recourse to the die. In the game I'm playing in, wilderness travel is very abstracted. We're looking top down at a hex map. Daniel, who's the GM, will say, hey, roll to see if you're lost. And when we'll roll, if we're lost, we're lost. If we're not, we're not. It is simply basically a mechanical routine. If we're lost, we lose a day of travel potentially or some amount of time, potentially trigger another wandering creature check. So it's not something we want to do, but we're not interfacing with that directly. In the game that I'm playing in, having someone say, oh, hey, I'm a navigator, so I'm going to roll my skill or add my skill bonus to our roll or whatever it is, makes a lot of sense. In my game, probably wouldn't be that simple. There might be more complicated things that I wouldn't want to boil it all down to. I roll for navigation. Regardless of where you come out in your particular game, there are going to be some things in your game for which you are happy to go with the more abstracted route. Either I'm going to roll that die, kind of a world roll in the case of getting lost, or some kind of player-facing roll, or where you're going to want to drill down. I don't think you have to pick one or the other. And if the one I'm thinking about it is really thinking thoughtfully for the kind of game that I want to run, which things do I want to be digging deep into the details and which things I'm fine, just roll that die and see what happens. It would be interesting for me to hear what kind of things in your game do you or would you be happy saying, hey, I just want to do that at an abstracted level of some sort versus I want to drill down into the detail. The things that I either come to a point where I just don't want to drill down anymore or can't, or I don't want to drill down at all, are the things that I'm thinking about in terms of maybe I create a skill for that. There are probably some things you go, hey, you know what? I'm okay with the roll. Going back to say the white box, things like getting lost, unsticking doors, listening at doors. You just get to a certain point where at the end of the day, the players can narrate all kinds of stuff. But at the end, you go, well, great, but I still need to, or I still want to do some kind of roll. So there's the point where I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to roll. Or in the case of getting lost, we're playing a grand tactical view looking down at the map. We're not worried about moving through particular copses of trees or following particular paths. I just want that once per day, hey, are you lost? Or once per hex, or whenever you. Me in the wilderness, I like to drill down a bit more. In other situations, not so much. And those are the choices that I'm trying to make. What are the choices you want to make for your game? I'd be really curious to know, so let me know. Other than that, game on. Talk to you later.